the ghostly trails of the butcher's blade. In the heart of a small, forgotten town, a sinister presence lurked in the shadows. Locals whispered tales of an infamous serial killer known as the Butcher. This malevolent soul had wreaked havoc decades ago, preying on innocent souls and leaving a trail of death and terror in his wake. Many believed that his malevolence extended beyond the grave, haunting those who dared speak his name aloud. The Butcher's grisly tale began in the late 1800s when he arrived in town under a shroud of mystery. He led a seemingly normal life, earning the trust of the townsfolk with his charming demeanor and helping hand. But beneath the facade of amiability, darkness dwelled in his soul. As the years passed, a series of gruesome murders shook the community. The victims were young women who vanished without a trace, their remains discovered weeks later, mutilated beyond recognition. Panic spread like wildfire, and fear gripped the hearts of every resident. Desperate to put an end to the terror, the townspeople formed a vigilante group, determined to capture the Butcher and deliver justice. After an intense manhunt, they cornered the killer in an abandoned warehouse. But instead of facing trial, the Butcher chose a darker path. As the vigilantes closed in, the Butcher took his own life, leaving behind an eerie and unsettling aura that lingered in the old building. The townsfolk believed they had freed themselves from the horror, but it was far from over. From that day forth, chilling sightings of the Butcher's ghost became alarmingly common. Some claimed to see him wandering the streets at night, his butcher knife gleaming in the moonlight. Others spoke of hearing ghastly screams echoing from the shadows, as if the victims were forever trapped in the pain of their final moments. In the years that followed, each person involved in the Butcher's demise faced their own torment. Many suffered from horrific nightmares, reliving the horrors of that fateful night repeatedly. Some vanished without a trace, their fate unknown to this day. Visitors who ventured into the town were warned not to speak of the Butcher, for it was said that even uttering his name could summon his vengeful spirit. Curiosity got the better of some, and those who disregarded the warnings soon found themselves trapped in a nightmarish dance with the malevolent entity. One particular tale stands out. A group of thrill-seekers dared each other to spend the night in the haunted warehouse where the Butcher met his end. Armed with cameras and bravado, they ventured into the decrepit building, oblivious to the peril that awaited them. As the night progressed, their cameras captured eerie shadows moving along the walls. Unearthly whispers filled the air, raising the hair on their necks. Panic set in when one of the group members vanished without a trace. They searched frantically but found no trace of their missing friend. Just as they were about to flee in terror, a chilling presence manifested before them. A ghastly figure donned in ragged clothes gripped a blood-stained butcher knife in his skeletal hand. The Butcher's vengeful spirit had awakened. In a frenzy, the group tried to escape, but they soon realized they were trapped within a malevolent force. One by one, they succumbed to the Butcher's wrath, their anguished cries echoing through the abandoned warehouse. Since that night, the building has become an empty shell, forever tainted by the malevolence of the Butcher's ghost. The town, once a bustling community, now remains a ghost town, its residents long gone, driven away by the relentless presence that haunts the streets. Remember, should you ever find yourself near the town where the Butcher's blade once struck terror, heed the warning of the locals and avoid speaking his name. The vengeful spirit of the Butcher may be lurking, ready to ensnare any who dare cross its path and trap them in an eternal dance of horror.
Subscribe Shadowy Shivers for more horror stories and contents.